guys, my name is Diana and I'm the founder of Skillsme Academy. Today, I would like to share with you my story. Since I was a child, I was always very shy and introverted. My family moved a lot and that did not help, because the moment I would make a friend somewhere, we'll need to leave that place. As a result, I spent a very long time in my life without any friends. And not because we're moving a lot, but because I didn't have the courage to approach new people in the new school. I was always waiting for somebody to come to me and say, "Hi, would you like to be my friend?" And sometimes people didn't ask that question. So I ended up without friends. And this introversion and shyness just stayed with me throughout my life. And at one point I realized that maybe being social, being fun, being charismatic is just not my thing. I'll never be that. So instead, I thought, how about I focus on my studies instead? Because that will help me become successful. I'll study hard, I'll work hard, and people will realize my talent behind that. And it doesn't matter whether I'm quiet or not. It'll be fine, right? So I started to study very hard, work very hard. I finished school with good grades. I went to college and graduated from one of the top colleges. And then came the time to search for a job. I sent my CVs to many companies and a lot of them said, yes, please come to the next stage, a test. In most cases, I'll pass the test too. Then they say, yes, come to the next stage, to the interview. And every time I went to the interview, everything that could go wrong would. My hands would start to shake, my voice would start to crumble, I would just lose it, I'll forget my lines. Even if I prepared for the interview, I would just forget what to say. And I would never be confident, ever. I would always be very nervous there, all the time. And at one point, I even applied to McDonald's. I kid you not, to McDonald's. It was an office job, but even so, it was so underpaid compared to other places other graduates went to. And I remember that I passed the CV stage, I passed the assessment stage, and here comes the last stage, the interview stage. I came to a room where I saw the HR and the director looked at me. "So, tell us about yourself." And I just lost it. Again, I was just thinking, well, you have my CV in front of you, just read from there. Everything about me is there. Just stop asking me questions. I mumbled something, I don't even remember what I said, and frankly, I don't think they remember either. I was so unconvincing. I totally failed it. The next day I received an email from them saying that I failed the interview stage. At that point, that was the 30th interview I have failed in just 1 month. And that was an incredibly sad moment. But not only because they didn't take me, but also because I learned whom they did take. It was a guy who wasn't the smartest of guys actually, but he was saying everything with such conviction that everybody around him would follow him. Do you know this type of people? Who are just so confident, so charismatic. And even if their point is not that great, people will still listen because they think, oh, he's so confident. He must know what he's saying. Well, at that point, I just felt that is so unfair. I was way more qualified. And the only reason I didn't get through that interview or any of the interviews before that was because of my poor communication skills. So I started to look for ways how I could change that, how I could get through in my life. So I read many books, watched many videos, joined various courses, joined various clubs on public speaking, debates, improv, drama, you name it, I tried it. And it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Because imagine if I couldn't speak in front of one stranger, imagine what happened to me when I had to speak in front of 100 or 200. It was horrible. But one day, it all paid off. I was approached by a woman at one networking event, and she said, "Diana, I just love speaking to people like you. You are so energetic, so extroverted." And I was just thinking, what? Is she even talking about me? There must be another Diana in the room. Extroverted? But then I realized that she was speaking to a very different person. To me, yes, but by then I have changed. I was no longer afraid of speaking to new people. In fact, I loved it. I loved approaching new people. I loved making connections. I loved making friends. I also was no longer afraid to say my opinion out loud or overthink it and thinking like, oh, what if my opinion is not right, or what do people think about me? That stopped. I was no longer shy. I was just free, and it was amazing. And with the job interviews, I didn't need to attend them anymore because my communication skills got me to the point where I was the one asking questions. This experience has taught me that communication skills open so many doors in your life. You won't believe it. Everything becomes easier. Relationship, work, personal connections, absolutely everything becomes easier when you can say things with confidence. And the second thing I learned is that if even I, a shy, unconfident girl who always used to hide in the corner and who had no friends, could do it, so can you. Because you don't need to be born charismatic or brave or loud. You can become it. You can learn it. In fact, you can become anybody you want to be. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to our channel to learn how you could become an incredible communicator, because you deserve it.